大家下午好 Selamat petang Vanakkam. A very good afternoon to my fellow Singaporeans. Now the topic today is about employment, Singaporean first. But just now as I walk around, I was asked to say something about the presidential election. Now I hope you don't mind. On Wednesday I'll be filing my papers for nomination, so don't believe the Straits Times, Sunday Times headlines that I'm going to withdraw. Sometimes, okay, I'm going to say again. On the Wednesday, I'm filing my nomination paper to stand for election. Don't believe the Sunday Times headline that I will withdraw because once in a while you must not believe the headlines. Not all the time they are true, okay? Now my campaign slogan is the voice of the people. Now I'm back here in the speaker's corner because 2.5 years ago I spoke to more than 1,000 people here for the Lehman Brothers crisis. Why did I speak out for them? These are people who were misled and they lost their life savings. Now I've been speaking out for more than 20 years. Some of you know that I write in the newspaper many times about national service. Now I support national service because it's important for our country, but I don't agree that our male citizen must serve 2.5 years, get very poor allowance, and when they start work 2.5 years later, they are behind the girls, they are behind the foreigners. Now this has been for me one very big problem. For a long time I pointed it out, because when our boys have to make that sacrifice and they start work later, very hard to have enough savings to buy HDB flat. And when they are able to buy HDB flat to get married, they become over 30 years old. Then they find they can't afford to have children. This is why today Singapore birth rate is so low. This is why we don't have enough people, that we have to import many foreign workers. Now when you have foreign workers in Singapore competing for jobs, it's an unfair competition. A Singaporean who works in Singapore has to earn enough to pay for cost of living in Singapore. A foreigner, they can earn less because their money go back to their country. The cost of living is lower. Do you agree with that? Yes. Therefore, this problem has been with us for a long time. More than 20 years we are seeing the consequences of this. Now 2 months ago, I went to 1 week to Australia. My son was working there, so I went to stay with him. And I saw the newspaper in Australia. Now Australia, you know, is a very big country, and they were also discussing, should we have more people to come into Australia? We need a bigger population. What do we do? And the report that came out from the committee studied the problem, and they came out with a report. And the report, when I read, surprised me. Here you have Australia, a very big country. It should be very easy to bring in more people. But the report says, before we bring in more people, we must make sure in every town, in every community, we have enough school, enough hospital, enough job. Then we can bring in the foreigners. Now, why can't we in Singapore realize this? You bring in big numbers of foreigners. I was told even parents, Singapore parents, sending their children to neighborhood school must go balloting. And then hospitals are crowded, the trains are crowded. So therefore, it's important that we must have, in Singapore, the voice of the people must be heard. And this is why I want to campaign to be the voice of the people. Now, the voice of the people must be heard. What are your problems? We know, you heard Lian. Lian is my good friend. He studies statistics and he analyzed them very well. He identifies so many problems. You agree or not? And he also find out that the problems are getting worse. So therefore, we must have a way for the voice of the people to be heard, and they have to be given the backing of the people. Then when the president presents these views to the government, to the prime minister, I hope with the backing of the people, then we should be able to look at this problem in a better way. Not just continuing the policies that have failed, that have caused more and more difficulties. So this is why it's important for you to elect someone who can be the voice of the people to bring the relevant problems to the government. Now some people think that this election is PAP versus opposition. This is not the case, because the people who support me, some may be from opposition, but also many other Singaporeans support me because they know me over 35 years. What kind of person I am, that I'm willing to stand up to speak on behalf of Singaporeans. I was at the Halal Expo held in Singapore Expo, a Halal exhibition, and I went to a table. There was a Chinese elderly couple, and the gentleman says, Mr. Tan, I gave him my souvenir. He said, Mr. Tan, I want to buy this. I said, no, this is a souvenir. He says, I want to buy this, I want to support your campaign. So I asked him, what is your job? He says, I'm a retired civil servant. And he told me which department he worked in. Quite a senior civil servant. And he says, Mr. Tan, you don't have to talk too much. We know you. I know you. Many people know you. They will support you because we know you over so many years. So you don't have to talk so much. He was worried if I talk too much, they don't give me the COE. Okay? But anyway, I now got my COE, so don't worry, I can talk a lot. Now, I also know many trade union members, members of cooperative society. I also know many grassroots leaders and civil servants, community leaders. I've been a community leader a long time. Doesn't mean that I support the PAP. I support the community. I support the people. I do my best for the people. So many people know me. So therefore, in my campaign, I'm saying that. Okay, you want me to finish soon, huh? Okay, okay, all right. Now, in my campaign, I want to now talk about unemployment. I am an actuary, so when there is some discussion about unemployment insurance to help the unemployed people, so I want to say something about this. Now, 30 years ago, Singapore don't need unemployment insurance because if you lose your job, very easy to find another job. That's 30 years ago. 30 years ago, the cost of living was very low. HDB flat, very cheap. So therefore, many people don't need unemployment insurance. But today, when someone is unemployed, the financial hardship is very difficult. So there must be some unemployment benefit. Of course, the government says it will be abused. That means people become lazy, they don't work. Now this is not true. Experience of many countries says maybe 5% will abuse, but 95% will not abuse. So we cannot just say because somebody abused, the scheme cannot work. It's a matter of we must find out how to make it work. Now there is also a mistaken belief that if you are unemployed, you can get your salary for life. Now this is not true. You don't get your whole salary. Maybe you get only half, and you don't get it for many years. In America, it's only for 12 months. That's all. And therefore, it's very important to have unemployment insurance to help those people who are unfortunate to lose their job. Now, unemployment insurance cannot be run as a private sector business. It has to be run by the state, by the government. So I hope that our government will understand that situation in Singapore has changed. Unemployment is now a serious matter. It affects people beyond their control. They have to pay their HDB flat. They have to continue to feed their family. They have to pay their school fees. So we must have some meaningful scheme to help people. Now, without unemployment insurance by the government, there are two other ways to help. But this also requires the government to recognize the problem. Now, one way to help is actually in America, when they have a budget deficit, they tell the civil servant, all of you take 2 days every month no pay leave. Instead of saying 2% of the people is retrenched, they ask everybody take their no pay leave for 2 days. So the burden is spread among everybody. In Singapore, the employer won't do it because the employer can retrench people and don't have to pay any penalty. Therefore, they prefer to retrench people. But if we are going to find a better solution, one way is if you retrench people, you must pay retrenchment benefit high enough for the employer to think maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I should just let everybody have no pay leave. Now, no pay leave is okay because why? You take more time. Already Singaporeans work too hard. So if you have a few more days of leave, no pay, of course the salary is reduced by the no pay leave, but the burden is shared. Not somebody will suffer the whole amount. Now the other way to help Singaporeans who are unemployed is allow them to withdraw a part from the CPF just to pay the monthly loss of income. Now this is something that we can do, but it requires the government to understand the problem and have an open mind to consider this. So I want to end here by saying that I will contest this election. I want to be the voice of the people. I want to be independent of the PAP. That means my thinking is not the same as the current thinking. I will bring a different thinking, but not to confront the PAP. Confront the PAP, you don't find any solution, but to be constructive. I say you got your solution, it worked in the past, but you got other problems. Why don't we look at new ways of looking at this problem? Try some of this. So that's my platform, and I want to say a few words about Gilbert Goh. He has been working very hard over the last, give him a clap, over the last few years on behalf of unemployed people. Gilbert contested in Tampines. I went to speak in his rally to support him and Goh Meng Seng. And if the PAP invite me to their rally, I will speak there also. I'm neutral. I'm not anti-PAP. I'm neutral. So ask them to invite me. I will speak at their rally next time. Thank you.